Hello students, today we are going to discuss about details of costumes, jewelry, accessories and special features of women of different states like West Bengal, Orissa, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Goa along with their tribal costumes. First, we will discuss about costumes, accessories and jewelry of women from West Bengal along with their tribal costumes. The costumes of West Bengal depicts the richness in tradition and culture of the region and its people. The culture of Bengal, like that of innumerable other lands of India, has been influenced by the various civilizations that settled there for a certain period of time. If one goes by the historical text, then the state of Bengal had a close link with the Mauryan legacy. Moreover, in the 7th century, the states of Bengal and Bihar came under the rule of Kingdom of Magadh. The styles and design of the costumes are personifications of the excellent craftsmanship of West Bengal weavers. The state has an exquisite tradition for weaving which has national as well as international appeal. Starting with the women's clothing of West Bengal, women of Bengal commonly wear saree of about 5 meters in length. The modern trend is towards a longer length of 5.5 meter. After one wrap round the waist, the saree is drawn up from the right hip over the bosom and left shoulder and then taken up to cover the head, from where the remaining portion is allowed to descend on the right shoulder. In the traditional style, one corner of the free end of the saree, which is called anchal, is passed under the right arm and thrown on the left shoulder. In this style, the saree presents a loop-like form with curvilinear gathers over the right side and the front. Saree is commonly provided with beautiful broad borders called parh in Bengali. The traditional weavers or tantis of West Bengal are reputed worldwide because of the quality of fabric spun and their elaborate thread work. In the various districts of West Bengal, different varieties of sarees are woven with supreme efficiency and dedication. The next item which is worn underneath a saree is called blouse. The exquisite beauty of the saree is further enhanced when it is accessorized suitably with the blouse. At present, blouses are available in multitudes of fashionable patterns which when teamed with the saree does wonders to the attire. In villages, the blouse is not common and some rural women use only saree, draping the upper part so artfully that they do not feel the need of the blouse. The salwar, kameez and dupatta is nowadays in the same way popular among the Bengali women as that of saree. During wedding ceremonies, however, the Bengali women usually resort to the traditional Banaras saree in shades of red coupled with the golden veil to cover their heads. Discussing about their accessories, the costumes of West Bengal are suitably accessorized by delicately designed jewelry which is indigenous to its rich culture. Silver and gold along with alloys of zinc and precious stones are mostly used for jewelry production. In weddings, mostly women adorn their forehead with a thin string of small gold chain often strewn with pearls and precious stones which is called tikli. Kan is a conventional jewelry worn on ear and is made with very thin shears of silver and gold. It has precious stones embedded on it and is usually worn in formal occasions. Chick is an exquisite piece of jewelry studded with precious stones and is worn round the neck by the woman. It has 6 to 7 strands of beads or costly gems known as sapta lahari. Tabiz, baju and taga are conventional ornaments crafted delicately with silver and gold and is worn around the wrists and arms. Coming to the tribal costumes of West Bengal, Bhumijdansol village in Midanpur district south. Surrounded by dense forest and inhabited by aboriginal tribes of Lodas and Bhumij, the village of Bhumijdansol is still in such a primitive stage that some of the tribals still light their chuttis, which are a kind of lamps, by rubbing 2 pieces of stones. The Bhumijdan women wear saree which is of 8 to 9 cubits in length. The upper end of the saree, after covering the upper part of the body, is brought round from the right and is tucked in on the left side of the waist. While at work, the end of the saree is rolled around along the waist, but otherwise the upper edge is so neatly tucked that the end is displayed with its full width on the front. Sarees of deeper shades of red, blue and green are favoured, and some young women have started using blouse on festival occasions. Costumes of Lodha tribe. The dress of Lodha and Bhumij differ a little from each other. The women use a short length saree reaching up to the knees. Those who cannot afford to have a saree use two small pieces of cloth, one to put round the waist and the other to cover the upper part of the body. Costumes, accessories and jewelries of women from Orissa. Orissa is an eastern Indian state of India by the beautiful Bay of Bengal. Odisha is enclosed by West Bengal, and the Indian state has an unique culture and people of Orissa are very religious. This reflects in their costumes as well. It has an ancient culture and is popular for classical dance. Orissa saris have a close association with Lord Jagannath, the presiding deity of the Jagannath temple in Puri. Orissa saris has extensive usage of black, white, red and yellow colors, which are the colors found on the Jagannath's idol. The motifs found in these saris such as lotus, conch, wheel, etc. share a close similarity with the idol of Jagannath. The handloom saris of Orissa can be broadly classified into four categories. They are ikat, bomkai, bandhan and pasapalli. Sambalpur and Cuttack saris of Orissa are famous around the country, and the motifs printed on these saris by the process of tie and dye also make for unique aesthetic expression of Orissa craftsmanship. When at Orissa, everyone are sure to get floored by the bomkai saris. However, over the years, the bomkai saree have undergone a vast change. Nowadays, vegetable dyes are being replaced with the synthetic dyes or chemical dyes. Bomkai saris are marked by the intricate embroidery works in the borders and pallu. Then there comes heavy Berhampuri saris with their plain narrow borders. The Pasapalli saris have black and white squares on them, which is a replica of chessboard. Golden threads are used to enhance the pattern in the cotton and tussar silk saris. All these saris weave a culture of exquisity and elegance into the costumes of Orissa. The Sambalpuri is a well-known handloom society in Orissa. Bomkai saris. In handloom saris, Bomkai saree is one of the oldest handloom and has grandiose craftsmanship, which still lists it the most loved saree. Ikat saris. The unique process of making of the saree makes it special and a favorite wear. The dyeing of threads and weaving them together to create a unique saree speaks about amazing skilled artisans. The ikat saris are made in deep colors like blue, magenta, red with ikat or tie and dye patterns on them. They are beautiful and eye-catching. Traditionally, the women of Orissa dress in saree with ikat patterns. Coming to the Sambalpuri saris, another hand-woven saris which show the fineness of weavers and designers. They are paintings, embroidery and tie and dye process which altogether make these saris an elegant piece. The state of Orissa is also known for its silver filigree jewellery, which can make for an elegant style statement in the age of loud fashions. Orissa has a sizable population of the tribals, and their colourful dresses and jewellery are also an integral part of the costumes of Orissa. Wearing them can give the feel of wearing a slice of Orissa's primeval culture. Coming to the tribal costumes of Orissa, Danla village in Keonjhar district. The village has a tribal population of Buyas and Kolas. Their dress consists of white handloom or mill cloth. The women wear saree which is of 4.6 meter by 1.2 meter with a very thin border. The free end is thrown back from the left shoulder and then brought back to be tucked in on the left waist. The length of the cloth reaches down up to the calves. Occasionally, a few well-to-do women wear full-length silk or cotton saree in the same style. So, coming to the details of costume, jewelry, accessories and special features of women of Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh is a huge state with immense diversity in its culture, people and region. The costumes worn by the people are basically guided by the geographical considerations. Uttar Pradesh had a long history of getting exposed to various cultures and traditions, which has helped the state to evolve a pluralistic heritage that is manifested through costumes, cuisines, handicrafts, dance and music among many other things. Sartorial ensemble for women. The saree with a blouse or choli is a usual dress of the women, whether Hindu or Muslim. Muslim women sometimes also wear churidar paijama and kurta with dupatta. Young Muslim girls sometimes wear kurta with gharara, a kind of pajama with wide legs with flounces. In this region, there are two different styles of wearing the saree. The traditional style is the same as is found in Gujarat. In the modern style, the wrap is reverse. The pallu is flunged behind over the left shoulder so that the showy borders is spread at the back. Orthodox women of the upper class wear a chadar over the dress when going out. This provides a second covering to the head, back and shoulders. Salwar and kameez are also worn mostly by women from Uttar Pradesh. Another female sartorial combination is lehenga, choli and odhani, which is worn in many places, mostly among women of the rural classes. Here the gagra is usually known by the name lehenga. Coming to the accessories, jewelry plays a considerable part in the costumes of Uttar Pradesh. Gold chains, necklace, bracelets, bangles, rings, earrings, anklets and tiaras with or without diamonds and other precious stones, silver and platinum jewelry are popular across this state. Terms used by them for representing jewelry are as follows. Coming to the head, bendi, a gold or silver pendant, is usually worn by them on the forehead. Uttar Pradesh is well known for its silver jewelry and impeccable mang tikka that is worn by the brides. For ear, bali is a gold or silver ring worn round the outer edge of the ear, especially by Muslim women. Tribal costumes of Uttar Pradesh. Lohta village in Varanasi district east. The main occupation of the people is weaving of silk saris. Women wear saree and blouse. In addition, petticoat and bodies are worn as undergarments in well-to-do families. A silken chadar is sometimes used to cover the head and shoulders by elderly ladies when going out of the house or attending ceremonies. Muslim women generally use tight pajamas or salwar, kurta or shirt and dupatta. Sometimes they are seen wearing saree. Women use burqa, though poorer families cannot afford it. Let's talk about the costumes of Madhya Pradesh. Situated in the central region of India, surrounded by 7 states, Madhya Pradesh is a melting pot of many strands of Indian culture. Though territorially it is more affiliated to the 2 northern states mentioned, that is Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, it has also been influenced by other neighboring states, particularly Rajasthan and Maharashtra. More than 20% of the population of this state are tribals. The tribal influence is evident especially in the eastern part of this state. Dress in the major part of the Madhya Pradesh is similar to that of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. Coming to the women's costume components, in the western part of the region from Gwalior to Indore and in the south, women wear lehenga, choli or kanchali along with the lugda, which is a sort of oni, besides the saree and choli ensemble. But women of Maharashtrian community wear 7.3 meter long saree in the Maharashtrian style with a short kacha, which is partly concealed as the upper end of the saree is draped round the back. Coming to the Chhattisgarh region, in the eastern part of the state, the people have now become more conscious of their dress and cover their body more than ever before. Women's costume components of Chhattisgarh region, their women now wear a long saree, but the actual portion round the waist is small, making it very inconvenient as they have to sit placing their knees on the ground. The unusually long portion of the saree, saved for the upper part of the body, is used for wrapping and tying their small babies while they work. The Christians among them are better dressed and use a blouse known as jula. Coming to the tribal costumes of Madhya Pradesh, Richari village in Datia district, north. Women of this Ahir community of this village put on ghagra as a lower garment, choli as an upper garment, and lungda is a short saree that covers the head. One end of the lungda, a short saree, is pleated a little before tucking it near the navel. It is then drawn round the back from the left and passed under the right arm and across the bosom before taking it over to cover the head and also to veil the face. Some women make use of angia, a piece of cloth tailored in a brassiere style and tied at the back with strings. It is used with ghagra and covered with lungda. Next village is Naharketa village in Indore district. This village is inhabited by the tribes of Banjaras. The women of this tribe wear ghagras as lower garment, usually of red and maroon colors. Jabla is a half sleeved blouse and oni is also used to cover their heads. The young married women put on kanchali, a brassiere type of colored covering tied at the back with strings and provided with half sleeves. Addition to the same garment worn by the Nahirkeda village, the Banjara women adorn their bun with a wooden stem called rakhdi, which is vertically fixed to it and add elegance to their dress. Coming to the ornaments, they love to profusely adorn their body with ornaments of various types in the manner of lambadas of Andhra Pradesh. Jaitpur village in Jabalpur district central. The village is in a tribal belt mostly covered by thick forest and hill rocks. The Gonds had ruled large areas of this tribal belt before the advent of the British, and for this reason the region is also known as Gondwana. The mode of dressing of the Gond women differs somewhat from that of the other ethnic groups of this village. Earlier, women used to wrap a short saree round the waist with its upper end flunge across the bosom and over the left shoulder. The poor people cut it into two equal parts and use it in a manner which is quite typical. The arms, chest and the back are generally adorned with tattoo marks. Tribal women in the west of the region cover their head, and nowadays wearing choli is becoming very popular among young women. Coming to the tattoo designing is very common in rural and tribal areas. The people who live in Bajara, Bhil, Kumhar, Bilala and Kahar are very interested to mark tattoos designs on their hands and foreheads. The tattoo designs are their own names or the gods' pictures. Coming to the ornaments, the tribal women of this state augment their beauty in silver or khatir ornaments. Their treasure chest incorporates kadas, which are sort of bracelets, and kangni or bangles on hand. Hansli and har are a sort of necklaces, and bali or little ear studs. Zili is used on the forehead and silver kandora on the waistline. Payal are anklets. A costume is incomplete without shoes, and which are necessary and no more a luxury. The villagers of Madhya Pradesh wear raw leather shoes made by the village cobbler. These shoes are tough and lasting in order to endure the immense toil of the primarily agriculturalistic people of Madhya Pradesh. Coming to the costumes of women from Goa, the culture of Goa is very unique and is in stark contrast to the Indian culture. Goa is an extremely secular place which harmoniously blends the culture of East and West. Unlike the rest of India, Goa is free from extreme traditionalism and conservatism. Music is a very significant element of Goan lifestyle. The pristine and romantic beaches of Goa are immensely popular among the domestic as well as international tourists. The fusion of the Eastern and Western culture is aptly reflected in the dressing style of the Goans. The various dresses of Goans are as follows: Navvari, a 9-yard saree which is worn along with attractive accessories. Pano Baju, a traditional dress worn by women of Goa. Kasti, a traditional attire worn by the Dhangar, Gauda, Kunbi, Velip and Jelmi tribes, which is worn along with the Kunbi Pallu or the tied knot and sari. Verna village, it is a Goan village in the Union Territory of Goa, Daman and Diu. About 90% of the village population is Christians belonging to Brahmin, Sudra, Kumbhar and Gauda communities. Women folk mostly wear frock both at home and while going out, but occasionally they wear sari. The influence of the Portuguese who left the territory is evident. Barefooted women in frocks carrying on their head pitchers of water from the village well is not a rare sight. Gauda tribe. Gauda tribe wear a knee-length saree of shorter length and width. Most of them do not use any blouse but use the free end of the saree to cover the upper part of the body. Unmarried girls of the community wear a blouse and a knee-length saree of which the free end is not lifted up beyond the waist but wrapped round it. Coming to the jewelry of Goa, features of the jewelry found in the Goa are magnificent terracotta and colorful beaded necklaces, precious and semi-precious stone-studded bracelets, bangles and necklaces. Traders from all over the world display their jewelry and merchandise in the beach markets of Goa. Today we have discussed about the traditional costumes for women of Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, West Bengal, Orissa and Goa. We have even discussed about the tribal costumes of these states, and traditional accessories of these states were also taken a note. Thank you.